Hey Yogi, MKM here. I have a vinyasa and recovery class for you today, really quick, about half an hour. So if you have a strap, keep a strap handy. If you have some myofascial release balls or tennis balls, we can use those. And if you have a blanket or a towel or anything that you can roll up into a nice tight roll, that would be handy as well. But to start, we are just going to be with our breath. So find a seat. If it's comfortable, maybe sitting on your heels. Hands can be resting down on your lap, or you can bring your palms against your power core center and just observe your breath for a few beats here. And noticing how you feel right now today with this breath that you're on right now. And recent events have maybe unearthed you a little bit, forced you out of a seat of comfort. Maybe you realized that you had somewhat of a sense of entitlement, of power. And then this invisible thing came along and just collectively gave us all a pretty swift kick in the ass. And we cannot change that. We can't go back in time. What we can do is control how we react right here, right now. So with this practice today, can you find a little bit more gratitude? A little bit more presence? And more steadiness? And as you drop your right ear down toward your right shoulder, breathing up and down the left side of the neck. Just sitting with those ideas of gratitude, presence, steadiness. As you bring your head back up towards center and let the left ear drop down towards the left shoulder, stretching up the right side of the neck. And as you start to settle into an intention for your practice today, all of those, any of them that speak to you more, just let this time mean something. And then coming back up towards the center and taking a few rounds of lion's breath here. So lion's breath to bring us a little bit of courage for when it's a little tough to sit steady in these uncertain times. So in lion's breath, we take a big breath in, and then as we exhale, we stick our tongue out, get real dramatic, a little bit roary with it. So take a big inhale. Exhaling. 2 more times. Breathe in. Eyes can be closed or maybe gazing up, eyes open. 1 more time. Roaring, present, grateful for each of those breaths. Shifting over into a child's pose. That breath also really good at finding an extra release through the neck, the shoulders, as you sink down into child's pose. And then reach your hands over to the left, stretching into the right side body. And then coming back through the center, reaching over to the right, stretch into the left line. Stretching back forward through to the center, and then shifting up onto hands and knees, coming into a table pose. Find this stacking of the joints. Shoulders right above wrists, hips right above your knees. And then let your belly drop down, cow pose, heart opens forward. Exhale, arch up into a cat pose. A few more rounds of those, maybe finding that lion's breath for your exhales. Little powerful roars. And then when you're ready, shifting up and back to a downward facing dog. Maybe walking your hands a little bit farther forward. Curling your toes under, get strong through the core as you slowly float the knees. And then the hips up, head down. Any movement that feels good here to release. Let your practice be an ability to both strengthen and surrender. That grace between the two places, your presence with every breath, gratitude for every breath. Come into stillness in your dog for just a few breaths. Spreading wide through the fingers, find foundation through each finger. Really press down through the thumbs, the webbing between the thumb and forefinger and the forefinger. And feel the strength through the arms, all the way up into the front of the shoulders, broaden through the chest. And then your next inhale, gazing forward, and as you exhale, just tiptoe, walk, get your feet up to the top of the mat. Once you're there, lift up halfway, hands can be on the earth, shins or the fronts of your thighs, and then exhale, fold. Halfway, lift again. Exhale, fold, maybe a little micro bend in the knees if you're prone to hyperextending. One more time, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Toe heel your feet a little bit farther apart. Take your favorite fold. You can rock, you can sway. You can come into a little rinse out of your shoulders. The bend can stay in your knees. Strong through the core, long through the spine. If your hands are back behind you, start to release them down. If you toe heeled your feet a little bit apart, start to bring them closer together, hip width distance or big toes touch. Lift up halfway on an inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold it down, long spine. Press into your feet, reach all the way up, gather it all up, and pull it down to your heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Half sun salutations. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold back down, exhale. Ground down, rise all the way up. Flow it right back down, hinge from the hips. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale out. One more time, reach all the way up. Top of the sun. Exhale, fold down, a little introspective. Halfway lift. Fold back in. Halfway lift. Fold back in, flow the crown of the head down. One more time, halfway lift. Get as long as you can with your spine, and then flow all that length back down. Plant your palms, step back to a downward facing dog. You can always choose to just set in your down dog. If you enjoy vinyasas, from here take an inhale, shift forward to a plank. Lower down, chaturanga, knees up or down. Come into your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. A few breaths here, maybe moving again, maybe just holding in that steady stillness. What can you be grateful for? That foundation down through the hands, the fingers, the stability through your legs. Inhale. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Bring the right knee in towards your nose. Step the right foot all the way up and through. Spin down on the left. Come all the way up into a reverse warrior. Left hand down the back leg. Right hand reaches up and over. Big breath in. Breathe into the right rib cage. And then come forward. Settle the right hand onto the front of the right thigh and feel the space right below the collarbone on the right side as you sweep your left arm up and over. Extend out, press into the pinky toe edge, reach out, really reach out through the left thumb. And then stay active through the thumb. Sweep, arc the hand all the way back down until you feel the stretch all the way up into the front of the left shoulder. Arc it back up again, active from thumb to shoulder. Sweep it back, connecting to the lung meridian. Sweep it back up and over. Reach it back, really notice the activeness through the hands, specifically the thumb, and then sweep back again, reverse. And then take your hands down around the front foot. Curl the back toes under, hips are square, step back to a down dog. Take your pause there or shift forward to flow vinyasa if you'd like. Once you get there, lift your left leg up to the sky. Left knee comes in towards your nose. Step the foot all the way up and through. Spin down on the right foot. Sweep it all the way back. Reverse your warrior. Breathe big into the side of the left ribs. And then shift into the side angle variation. So forearm comes onto thigh. Breathe into the front of the left collarbone as the right arm sweeps up and over. Press into the pinky toe. Actively reach out through the fingers. Awareness to the thumb as you inhale. Exhale, arc it back. Keep the arm locked into the shoulder socket. Big extension through the arm, rainbowing it back forward. Shifting it back. So when it comes back, palm is facing up, active through the thumb. And then when it arcs back up and forward, when you're straight up, fingers up to the sky, and then the palm starts to extend down. And then last time, sweeping it back, active through the fingers, and then up and back. Reverse warrior. And then hands come down, surround the front foot, square the hips, step back to your down dog, pause or find your flow and forward to a plank. Exhale down to a chaturanga, into your upward facing dog, and back to a downward facing dog. 3 more breaths in dog. And then reach your right leg back up to the sky. This time step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand or as far forward as it wants to step. Stay long and engaged in the back leg. And then back to a down dog. Left leg up to the sky. Big step forward. Lizard lunge. Back to a dog. 2 more times on each side. Right foot, bring it up and forward. Just step it as far as it wants to go. Strong through the pelvis. Take it back. Left foot up, sweep it forward, and back. Last time on each side, right foot comes forward, send it right back, and left foot comes forward, and send it right back. Take an inhale, gaze up to the top of the mat. Exhale, feet up to the top of the mat. Once you get there, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Active, reach up. Hinge from your hips, fold right back down again. Halfway lift. Exhale, step back, down dog. Take a pause there or take your inhale to shift forward and flow. Chaturanga can always be done on your knees. Still strong through your triceps. Open, open, open through the front of the chest. Back bend can just be a cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Right leg back up to the sky. Right knee comes in towards your nose. Step it up and through. Lift up and back. Hello, reverse warrior. Shift it back forward into the side angle variation. Take a big inhale. Sweep it back, open into the lung meridian. Bring it back forward. Sweep it back. One more time, sweep it back forward. Take it back into your reverse warrior. And then hands come down around the front foot. Curl the back toes under, shift both hands to the inside. Come into a lizard lunge here. Any other variation that you'd like to take, feel free. Extend the crown of the head forward. Press out through the big toe edge of the left foot. And then active with your core, start to float your right leg. Three-legged plank. Three-legged dog. Down dog, drop it down. Inhale, left leg up. Bring the left knee into your nose. Set up your root to lift up, reverse your warrior. Come into your side angle. 3 rounds here, breathe in. Arc it back. So the lung meridian, bringing it back forward, attached to the metal element in Chinese medicine, sweep it back behind you. And this element, our ability to allow in information and to let go of what we don't need. So our ability to process. Next time the right arm is back, leave it back, sweep the left arm back up to meet it. So how can you handle all of the information coming at you right now and still move solidly, gracefully through your day, shifting back forward, hands under shoulders, scoot the left leg out of the way so you come into the lizard lunge and holding here any variation that you'd like. You can sink in the hips, but engage the core to extend out of it. And then strong through your core. Engaging the core will let the left foot start to float. Send it back, three-legged plank. Three-legged dog. Down dog. Drop down to child's pose for just a moment again. Sink back in, reconnect to your intention. If your arms are stretched forward, really press into the thumb. Feel that connection all the way up to the fronts of the shoulders. This connection to the lung meridian. A few more breaths here. Maybe that lion's breath, find some courage. And when you're ready, starting to shift up. Shift up and back to a downward facing dog again. Take your time to get there. Take a few breaths once you get to dog. And then start to walk your hands back towards your feet. As you walk your feet out a little bit wider, start to sink your hips back behind you. Come into a high squat to start. So just chill here. This might be where you stay. Maybe you want to come down a little bit lower in towards a low squat. Hands connect, elbows press into the inside edge of your legs. And then from here, I'll show you the modification first. Hands will come down, and you'll just bring your right knee in towards your arm, trying to kick in towards your glute, and then the left side. Or maybe you're hopping up towards the top of the mat, like stay wide, hop. It's kind of like a split between a frog jump and a handstand jump. And then you can scurry yourself to the back of the mat and find a few more rounds. Hopping or kicking, or one leg at a time, finding what you need today. Scurrying back a few more rounds. Taking up some space. Next time you end up at the back of the mat, come into a fold. Where do you feel it? Where do you feel the heat? Where do you feel that tingling energy moving through your body? Slowly start to walk back to your last downward facing dog of this practice. Option to take one last vinyasa if you'd like. And then from that down dog, drop down onto your hands and knees. Reach for all your props. You'll just want them ready. And then roll all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest once you get there. Rock a little bit from side to side. If you'd like a happy baby, soles of the feet to the sky, hold on wherever you'd like. Feet, shins, you can hug the backs of the legs. And then bring the soles of the feet down to the earth. Feet hip width distance apart, walk them a little bit closer to the glutes. And then take your arms, press the backs of your upper arms, your triceps down into the earth, fingers reaching up towards the sky. Actively reach out again, actively through the thumbs. Feel that strength all the way into the front of the chest. Press into triceps and feet, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Breathing as big as you can into your actual lungs while you connect to that lung meridian here. Can you balance out the heat, the ability to take a swift kick in the ass and to literally maybe give yourself a swift kick in the ass with coming into a little bit more rest as you start to bring the spine down from the top to the bottom. Hands can release windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Can you take in the good and the bad, the parts that you like, the parts that you don't like, recognizing that there's a place for both sides of that. And then reaching for your balls. Grab down through your feet again. You're going to bring the balls, look for like the center of each glute, and then move down and out about an inch. So like diagonally down towards the lateral edge. Sink into it. We're looking to get into the piriformis muscle here. And maybe coming onto the pinky toe edge of the right leg, letting the knee open up to the side so you can focus on the right side. And maybe a little bit more weight leans over into that right side. Breathe into it. And the piriformis muscle down below the glute muscles, inferior to the glute muscles. And if you're prone to getting sciatic nerve pain, this can be a really good release for you. This muscle commonly plays a role. And then coming back in towards the center with the right leg, readjusting on the left if you need. So remember you started like right in the bullseye of your butt cheek and then down and over a little bit. Maybe come onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot like a half butterfly, half Baddha Konasana. And then see if you can just release the muscle down into this release tool. Allow your mind to stay focused on any sensations in the physical body. Allow it to stay focused on what you're doing here, creating space, providing release. Especially, again, if you're prone to those sciatic flare-ups. few more breaths on the left side. And then coming back in towards the center, lifting up so you can move the balls out of the way. And then coming up just for a moment, reaching for your blanket, and lie your blanket up so that it would mirror your spine. So lying at long ways across your mat. And then you'll bring the base of your spine right up to the edge of it. I'm not sure there was any less graceful of a way for me to do this. Lie back down on it. And you have this nice lift where the fronts of your shoulders can relax down. And you can have your knees bent, soles of the feet on the earth, or you can stretch out toward traditional Shavasana. You could also bring soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. And get all of the movement, the wiggles out, so you can come to stillness for just a few moments here. Allow your breath to start to become calm. If you have time to stay, try and just tune me out and stay in stillness, internal silence for as long as you'd like. If your end game was a nice half-hour practice here, start to gently roll over onto your right side, rolling off the prop if you were on it, coming to rest on your bottom bicep, and just taking a moment here, this transition place. This little place to reset everything, to process everything that happened through your practice, all the energy that you moved, the strength that you brought forth. And then when you're ready, pressing into your left hand, coming up to a seat, coming to a comfortable cross-legged seat, or you can come back to sit on your heels once again. Eyes closed, seated tall, hands on your thighs or connecting to the strength of your core. And whatever story is happening around you, how can you react? How can you find a little bit more gratitude for the things that you have? Find gratitude for your health today. If you were able to move through this practice to be present here, you are in such a good place. And the more gratitude you have, the more those good places, good opportunities will start to unroll in front of you. And stay present, stay graceful, start to bring your palms together at your heart center, bowing your gaze down towards your fingertips. and really honor every minute, every breath that you get, honoring this time here, this practice that is yours. And then thumb knuckles come up to third eye center, middle of your eyebrows, honoring all of those around you. And the light in me sees and honors your light. And that collective light in us sees and honors the same light in everyone, everywhere. Thank you so, so much for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Peace. And together we bow. Namaste. Thank you, my friend. Hit me up if you have any questions. Keep practicing, keep breathing, keep recovering, keep taking care of yourself and taking care of each other. Peace, peace, peace.